Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. This is Jake with REI Deal Analysis. I am excited to share with you another property here, and this is in Tampa, Florida. It is a fix and flip opportunity, and a buddy of mine does have this locked up. It just went under pending, and he was excited to utilize the spreadsheets here that we are offering you. And without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and jump in. But before I do that, I would love for you to like and subscribe to our channel. We are brand new, but we are going to be putting out a lot of content to help you knock out your underwriting skills and get better at those as well. So anyhow, we're going to jump into this property now, and I'm going to show you exactly what we did on the spreadsheet, how we came up with the numbers that we did, and show you exactly what's going on with this property. So this is in Tampa, Florida, 2105 East Ellicott Street, Tampa, Florida. It's a 864 square foot house. And what I do is, obviously I pull this up on a for sale browser. A browser that I can use for sale only on Zillow. And then I pull up another browser that I only have set to sold properties. So what I do is I pull it up, and then I'm going to duplicate it. And again, these videos are not about how you're going to find your properties, or how you're going to find your cash buyers for dispo. It's essentially just, hey, you're finding properties, whether it's on market or off market, whatever kind of marketing you have in place for off-market properties. That is not what we're going to be going over. We're going to be going over the nuts and bolts of how to come up with the numbers, the underwriting of properties to make sure that your numbers are spot on, even though everything's an estimate, right? We can't nail everything 100%, especially where the market's moving right now. So, but we're going to do our very best. And we're not going to be sending over properties to cash buyers or potential cash buyers that might look at us and go, hey, have you lost a few marbles? I think you're off massively on these numbers. We want to correct that. We want to avoid that because we do not want to keep canceling contracts, right? We want to make sure that the contracts we come under with our sellers, that we can try to close those. And going into those with a good number is how we need to do it. So that being said, let's go ahead and take a look here. So I made a duplicate of this, so I'm going to go ahead and pull out here, go into houses, and then drop into 6 months. Again, the most recent, the better on properties sold, and so we're looking for our property here. Here we go. So here's our property. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click into map, go into satellite. I like to see, where the major roads are and just kind of keep it high level when it comes to that. So we've got a $40,000 property here, a $35,000 property. When we're comping our properties, we want to make sure we're comping against properties that are already flipped, or already fixed and flipped, because that's what our cash buyers are going to do. They're going to fix the property up, they're going to flip them, and we don't want to pull comps on properties that are not fix and flips, right? Because that is not what our comps will be. That's not what our property will be. We'll not be selling it for wholesale. We'll be selling it at retail. So anyhow, what I did is I came up with a few properties that are in that square footage range. We've got a 864 square foot on our subject property. And then we also have 871 on this one, 1,029 on this one, and 1,048. It's within 200 square feet, so I think we're good there. So this property sold for $323,000. $313.90 a square foot. This one sold for $279.9 at $321.35 a square foot, and this one sold for $399 at $380.73 square foot. So we have an average price per square foot of roughly $338, which gives us an ARV of roughly $290. I think I'm okay with that. We've got, some properties in here. You got a $275, you got a $350, you've got a $227. You've got a $400, $405. It's just literally right around the road. And this is basically where we're going to be dancing in, right? Because we're not crossing over any major boundaries, any major roads. And, so we're good to be in there. We got a $350 up here. So these are the properties that I found for as our comps. And again, so we kicked out a $290 ARV. On this property, I was looking at what we'd be looking at for a rehab. And the rehab, I said $50 a square foot. I think we should be good on $50 a square foot because it's not in horrible condition. I mean, there are some major issues here, and we did get some other pictures on these properties, on this property. So these pictures are not the only ones, and there's definitely some work that needs to be done to this property, but the floors are pretty decent throughout. The walls look pretty good. There's not a lot of major issues. So we've got a 3-1, 864 square foot. So I attached a $50 price per square foot on the rehab between a gut and a basic. So it kicks us a $43,200 rental cost estimate. No addition we need on it, through $5,000 for exterior landscaping. So again, we got a 0 addition, 15% buffer of $7,230. So we've got a total rental of roughly about 55 grand. And again, that is an estimate. Your cash buyers might come back and say, hey, we need a little bit more on this. But as you can see, under 1,500 square feet, you're looking anywhere from 18 grand to 75. I think 55 is a pretty safe number on this, being that the images that we do, that my friend did see, are pretty decent. So it definitely needs work, but 55 should be able to do it. So then we come back over here to the calculations, and the calculations are 290 estimated ARV. And again, we've got it listed, it's got listed at 190. So what I would do is I would start off with a 190. And again, this is my buyer cash buy price. So I would need to do an MAO, have an MAO of 180. That would be my offer if I want to make $10,000. And then I just put it for 190. But, as we know, most cash buyers aren't going to want to take it down for list price. But this is where I start anyhow. And again, we've got the holding costs here. And this is our hard money loan for our buyer. Roughly 80% of the cash buy price plus 80% of the $55,000 reno. 10% payments, 2 points up front. We've got property taxes. $2,079. That's what we've got. Insurance, I threw in $250 a month, $150 for utilities, and a 3-month turnaround on this property. On the selling side, $150 for staging. You could pretty much keep these the same all the time. $150, 2% Benzer, 2% listing, and 3% buyer's agent. Basically, the number you're going to want to change the most is going to be the property taxes. And if there's a pool or an HOA, you're going to want to throw that in there. So anyhow, here's what we're looking at on the 190 based on this current price right here. This is what our profit looks like for our buyer. After everything's said and done, they're looking at making $10,000, like 3%. We don't want them to make that little amount of money, right? So we want to go ahead and cushion this So I'm going to bring this down to about 160. So this will be my dispo price to my buyer. And then this is my MAO because I want to add $10,000. Say you want to add $15,000 on the assignment fee. So now your MAO is 145, but we're going to go ahead and keep it at the 10,000. So our MAO is 150. Our dispo price is 160. And now we've got a total estimated profit of $41,000. Down payment 43 grand. This is their total cash requirements of 53,168. So then now all these numbers. So if you can get this property locked up at 150, it's on market, and dispo it for 160, and with a 290 ARV, and showing your buyer these types of numbers, going back over here to the project info, your buyer's probably going to be more inclined to listen to you on your property because you've broken down, you've taken the time to do the underwriting, proper underwriting on the property. You've got a buy after repair value of 290. You've got a flipper buy price of 160. Estimated rehab cost 55 grand. Here's their total loan amount. It's 175. Their estimated holding costs are about 9,300 bucks. And then here's their cash requirements of 53,168. Then we've got a 290 resale price, $20,000 in projected cost of sale, $41,000 profit for an ARV of 14%. And because it's a 3-month turnaround, got a 57% annualized ROI. And then on this one, I don't have the cash on cash return, but we're going to go ahead and add that in live. So I'm going to go ahead and drop this in. Cash on cash return of about 78%, not too shabby. This is the kind of stuff that your buyers want to see, right? And a lot of people don't present these numbers to them. They'll present an ROI or just a dollar amount. Or actually, in most cases, I've seen wholesalers just say, hey, I've got a property for 200 grand, ARV's 300 grand, you're going to make 100,000 bucks. Even if they say $30,000 rehab, you're going to make 70K. Buyers know that that's not true because there is holding costs, there's selling costs, and that can be at least 10 to 15% of the sell price. So having numbers, having spreadsheets like this where you can take a screenshot of this part right here and send it over to your buyer, they're going to be very happy with you, and you're going to be getting more business from them because they know that you know your numbers. So that being said, if you'd like to get your hands on these spreadsheets are awesome. I've got quite a bit of praise from buyers on these spreadsheets. We've got buy and hold spreadsheets, we've got fix and flip spreadsheets, subject to spreadsheets, we've got mobile homes with land on a flip spreadsheet, we've got an in-park mobile home with the buyer's exit strategy of selling on seller finance, and massive amounts of cash on cash return there. So again, we've got 5 as of this moment. We're going to be releasing a lot more and updating these on a regular basis. If you have an interest, I would love for you to go ahead and go to bit.com/REI sheets. That is bit.ly/REI sheets. And again, the link is going to be below for your needs. Go ahead and click on that in the first comment. And again, I would love to have you subscribe, love to have you like this video. I appreciate your time. Have a wonderful day.